Welcome out to Sam Crawford Field on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. I'm Kelly Johnson with you as we get to bring some Wahoo Bishop Neumann Warrior baseball as they take on Platte Valley today. Going to be a big game and a beautiful day for it as we will be coming back in just a little bit. I want to say thank you for all of our broadcasts of Wahoo Public Schools and the Wahoo Bishop Neumann baseball with the Wahoo Athletic Booster Club. You can see in the upper right-hand corner of all of our screens the sponsors that have made not only this possible, but the new scoreboards that are going into the new gym of Wahoo Public School and support of the activities department. So again, if you want to learn about how to be able to do that, how to benefit the schools around you, we certainly would love to be able to talk to you about how you can either work with us, or if you have a local group and you're somewhere else that does the video coverage or broadcast for your schools, on how to be able to raise that support and be able to help support the students, the schools, and of course the broadcasters as well. Well, again, just a couple minutes right now, we'll be having that first pitch come out as the coaches are meeting at home plate. Kind of show you a couple of views that we have. We have the full field view, and we have the pitcher view, so you can see both sides of that. Just kind of as tournaments come up, we can add more cameras, but right now with the scoreboard and everything like that, I'm just trying to stay on top of the 2 cameras we have. So as we go, look forward to having everybody be a part of this. Again, you can, if you're and want to let somebody know the easiest way to get to all of these broadcasts and watch them over and over again, bsdnlive.com, and click on the Warriors. You can see all the sponsors on that page as well. And when you go to that, if you click on the Wahoo Warriors, you can actually watch all of the games that we have covered so far throughout the school year. So you can, it's not just one and done, you can never watch it again. No, you can go back and watch over and over again. So if you missed football games, softball games, volleyball games, basketball games, wrestling, you know, you can always go back and watch that. So we're getting ready for the game to begin. Taking a quick look outside. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup. Cale Smith is for the Platte Valley, is starting at second place. Carson Holst is coming up second batter. Hunter Hatzenbuehler is third in the lineup. Batting fourth is Jack Johnson. Batting sixth, number 22, Hunter Williams. Then Nolan Roberts follows there. Batting eighth, Bowen Vogt. And then wrapping up, number 20, and on the mound it is Wavy Cerny. Number 4, Matthew McConnell is the catcher, not a bat. So that is the Patriots for you. Taking a quick look out right now as we see and wait for the Warriors to step up. Right now it's 70 degrees. Okay, start the leadoff batter, but shortstop is Carson Sabatka. Then we have second base, Jack Van Slyke. Center fielder, Isaiah Nagel. The wrap-up batter is Jace Kaminsky. Then we have Cody Hesser. Following Cody Hesser, it is going to be Alex Berry. And Alex Berry's heading out to the mound. He's the pitcher today. Quinn Shutt is the catcher. Batting number 8 is Sam Markson. And then wrapping it all up is Caden Christian. So there you have your starting lineup, and we will get all of the teams out on the lines getting ready for the national anthem. And then we will begin some baseball. And here's the national anthem. And that was the national anthem. Michael Klein with the organ playing right there, stadium announcer. I'm Kelly Johnson, and again, say thank you to all the sponsors. And we have a new sponsor up there. We'll talk about them here in a little bit. So the Warriors are working on building this year. So we will just jump out there. And again, so we have Alex Berry on the mound. Over at first base is Caden Christian. Second base is Cody Hesser. Shortstop is Sabaka, I believe. Then taking a look at outfield, we'll see them when we can be able to, out in right field. That looks like it is Isaiah Nagel out there. Getting the final warm-up pitches in play. Stepping up to the bat first for Platte Valley is Cale Smith, the junior for the Patriots. Taking a look at Sam Crawford Field down the first base line, 310 feet out to the fence. Third base line is 309, 335 out to center field. Now, wind is coming out of the northeast a bit, so that's probably going to drive things a little bit more to the right field. All right, so we're getting ready for the first pitch to come in as we see Smith stepping into the batting box. First pitch on the way, swung on, and that's sent out to shortstop. Picked up and throw over to first is in time for out one. So that is the way to be efficient. One pitch, one out. Next to bat, that one's inside for ball one. Wind up and the pitch on the way, and that one is at the knees for strike one. 1-1. Wind up, next pitch on the way, swung on, and that gets sent out and snagged out of the air. Sabaka with a grab. Out number 2. Oh. Hunter, I'm sorry, that's... So now we have Hunter Hatzenbuehler stepping into the batting box. Pitch on the way, swing, and strike one. Barry with a wind up, the pitch on the way, and that one is low. 1-1 is the count. We have 2 outs, nobody on base, 1-1. Pitch count really low so far, only 5 pitches thrown so far. And that one's way inside. 2-1 is the count. Wind up pitch, that one just goes right at the knees, but gets called as a strike. So the count is even at 2 with, 3-1. 3-1 and swing, and that gets fouled back. The three balls and 2 strikes. The count is full. Swung on, and that one gets hit out to right field, and we kind of figured that was. Nagel was able to get underneath that one and grab that for out number 3. So 3 up and 3 out. That is wrapping up the top of the first inning, 0-0. We're going to take a little break and come back with Warrior Baseball taking on the Patriots right here on BSDNLive.com. Warm-ups are complete. And we have Wave Cerny at the mound for Platte Valley. First up to bat for the Warriors, that's Carson Sabatka stepping in to bat. I want to say the Patriots, the uniforms look really cool, but sometimes hard to see those numbers. So something to keep in mind for friends and family out there. Wind up, the pitch comes in, and that one is right down the middle at the knees for strike one. One on the way. Swing and missed, strike 2. So Sabatka down on the count. Leadoff batter for the Warriors. Next pitch swung on, and that one goes down the first baseline foul, but keeps him alive. Keeps the count 0-2. Cerny with the windup. The pitch on the way. Swung on and straight out. Hit Cerny, then deflected. Shortstop has to chase after it, but that is able to give the base. So that puts Sabatka on base. Next up to bat, we have Jack Van Slyke stepping up into the batting box for the Warriors. So nobody out, runner on first. Bottom of the first inning right here. We have Warrior baseball taking on the Patriots. Wind up, showing bunt, pulls back. That one's low and outside. Ball one. Cerny. Pitch on the way, bunt, and that one is outside but chased after. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Van Slyke. Cerny with the pitch on the way, swung on, and that gets loped out into left field, and that is a base hit. So 2 up and 2 on base for the Warriors, starting off the bottom of the first inning. And that brings up Isaiah Nagel, who's been a good hitter for the Warriors. Runners on first and second, nobody out. First pitch on the way, and that one's called strike. Gets past him. 0-1, nobody out. Cerny with the windup. The pitch on the way, and that one's low into the dirt. Good job by the catcher keeping that in front of him. So 1-1 is the count. Nobody out. Pitch on the way. That one's low and outside. 2-1. So again, runners on first and second. Nobody's really at this point in time taking much of a lead. Oh, looks like I spoke too soon. That one well inside. Nagel had to really dive to get back out of the way of that one. So 3-1 is the count. Cerny with the next pitch on the way, and that's high and inside. That is the 4th ball. That loads up the bases. So 3 batters up, nobody out. And we have Jace Kaminsky stepping in, a cleanup batter for the Warriors. As we have conference. Catcher and pitcher. Cerny getting calmed down, getting the calls right where they want to be. Chase Kaminsky with bases loaded, nobody out. Cerny with the windup, the pitch, and that one's outside. Good chase down. 1 ball, no strikes, nobody out. No place to put a runner. So you can't walk anybody. Well, you could, but that's going to score right away. Wind up the next pitch on the way. Swung, and that gets popped foul over the first base dugout. So 1-1 is the count. Pitch on the way, and that one is low. Good stop by the catcher. 2-1 is the count. Pitch on the way, high and inside. 3-1. Again, bases are loaded, so a walk would automatically bring a run across the plate for the Warriors as they have nobody out. Next pitch on the way, and that one gets right by him as called to strike. So, count is now full. Nobody out. Runner, bases are loaded. Here comes the payoff pitch from Cerny. On the way, and that one. So that brings in a run for the Warriors. Continues to have the bases loaded. Nobody out. And Cody Hesser steps up to bat for the Warriors. And that brings up the coach heading on out to have a conversation with the infield. So with that happening, let's take a moment and just kind of watch what's happening. We'll be back right here on bsdnlive.com. Well, the conversation apparently has been long enough. Home plate umpire says, hey, break it up. Your timeout's long enough. No changes, just trying to get Cerny's head into the game there. Again, bases loaded, nobody out. One has been walked around the bases so far. Cody Hesser up to bat. Pitch on the way. Swing, and that gets hit fouled for strike one. Oh, 1. Cerny with the pitch on the way, and that one's low and gets past the catcher. Here comes another run and advances the others forward. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Pass by pitch goes all the way back to the backstop and gets a run in for the Warriors. Now we have 2 runners in scoring position. Pitch on the way, swung on, and that gets sent out to center field. Chasing after it, gets dropped in there and brings in 1 more run. Like that is 3-0. Warriors leading over the Patriots. Nobody out. And that brings up designated hitter Alex Berry stepping in to bat for the Warriors. So with nobody out, 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors so far, but a couple of walk was able to bring in a run as well. First pitch comes in and gets right across there for strike 1. We're at the bottom of the first inning. Warriors leading the Patriots 3-0. Runners on the corners. Next pitch on the way. And that one, it gets back, and the throw out to second is not in time, so that puts runners on second and third. So 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes, no out. Runners on second and third. Pitch, hit gets sent back over the first base dugout. Keeps the count at 0-2. Wind up, that pitch comes in and low and outside. That's 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runners on second and third. 3-0, bottom of the first inning. Wind up the pitch on the way, and that one's high. Count goes even at 2. Cerny with a pitch on the way, swung on, and that gets loped out to center field. Drops in, and here comes another base run. The throw at the cutoff now keeps the runners on the corners. And like that, the Warriors ahead 4-0 with nobody out. Now we have Quinn Shutt, the catcher, stepping in to bat for the Warriors as they have runners on the corners, nobody out, leading at the bottom of the first inning, 4-0. Matthew McConnell, the catcher, takes a timeout, steps forward, working on the signs to Cerny. Checks a runner at first, runner at third. Goes to first. And Barry able to get back on the bag without any issue. Cerny checking runner at third. Pitch on the way, and that one's on the outside edge of the plate for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Runners on the corners for the Warriors. Throw over to first. And Barry again able to get on the bag without any issue. Here comes the 1-1, and that one's low. And we see Barry take off and get on to second base without a throw. So 2-1 is the count. Wind up the pitch, and that one's popped foul on the first base side. So the count is even at 2 with nobody out. Runners in scoring position on second and third. Cerny with the pitch. Swung, and that gets sent out to center field and kind of fades over to right. Able to be drug in. Tagging. We see Hesser come across the plate. So the Warriors take a 5-0 lead with 1 out now. Sam Markson stepping in to bat for the Warriors. 5-0 with 1 out. And a runner on second currently. So Sam Markson waiting for the pitch, comes in, and that one's low in the dirt for ball 1. 1-0 with 1 out, runner on second. Next pitch showing bunt, good bunt. Just rolls out, and the throw over to first is not in time. Now that brings up runners on the corners. Caden Christian stepping in to bat with nobody out. And this is the ninth batter, so we will have seen all of the batters with only 1 out. Again, the Warriors lead 5-0 with runners on the corners and 1 out. Pitch on the way. Throw comes in, and we see Markson head on over to second. McConnell looks to throw, but doesn't do anything with it. Wind up, the pitch comes in, and that one is right on the outside corner for a strike. 1-1. Christian waiting. Next pitch on the way, and that's high and outside. 2-1. That's 1-1. 1-1. Swing, and that one gets popped out into short left field, unable to get underneath it. And the throw comes in and just goes all the way to the fence and brings in Barry for a run and moves the runner to third. So that puts the Warriors ahead with 2 outs. Runner on third, 6-0. Back to the top of the order, shortstop Carson Sabatka stepping up to bat for the second time this inning, and we are at the bottom of the first inning. Warriors have been very efficient this particular round. So 2 out, runner on third. Wind up, pitch comes in, and that one gets across there for strike 1. Next pitch comes in, swing, and that gets rolled out to shortstop. The throw over to first is in time for out number 3, but not without having 5 hits, 6 runs come in. We had the bases loaded with at least 1 walk on there and no errors. So the Warriors over the Patriots after 1 inning, 6-0. We'll be back in just a moment as the Warriors are up and the Patriots the bat. Top of the second inning right after this on bsdnlive.com. Welcome back to Sam Crawford Field. We have 70-degree weather with a slight breeze between 9 and 10 miles per hour out of the north-northwest. And really, actually, an absolutely stunning day. You can see from right here. So stepping into the batting box, looks like we have Carson Holst. First pitch swung on. That gets sent down the third base line, and that is a great hit down that line all the way out to left field for a base hit. Much different than the start of the last inning. Now stepping up into bat is Jack Johnson for the Patriots with nobody out, runner on first. The first pitch on the way, and that one drops in for strike 1. Nice off-speed pitch. It dropped right into place. Barry checks runner at first. Pitch on the way, and that one just lopes high. 1-1 is the count. Barry again checks the runner, but sends it over to first. Top of the second inning, Warriors lead 6-0 over the Patriots. Barry with a pitch coming in, and that one low. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Wind up the pitch, and that one gets sent out to shortstop. Pickup throw over to second is in time. The throw to first is not in time. So we have a 1 out. They caught the leadoff runner. So 1 out, runner on first. Hunter Williams is that bat, sophomore for Platte Valley. And trying to see, now this is where the challenge comes in. There's a courtesy runner, but the numbers are really hard to see. You know, the black on black, again, it looks cool until you just can't see it. So we're waiting for the announcement of the courtesy runner over there. But in the meantime, we have Hunter Williams at bat. Throw goes over to first. Barry checking the runner. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Oh, 1 with 1 out, runner on first. Next pitch on the way. That one drops low. 1-1. Warriors, after 1, lead 6-0 over the Patriots. Pitch, now the throw goes over to first. Runner first with a small lead off. Barry throws again over to first. Safe over there at first for now. Barry with a throw comes in. That one gets fired down the first base line, but that is foul. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner on first. Barry checking runner. Pitch comes in, swing, and that gets sent out first base. Throws over to second for the out. Didn't have a play at first. There was nobody to throw back to, so he did a really smart thing, throwing over to second base, getting the leadoff runner. Okay, it looks like there might be a dispute going on regarding did they cross the path? Did they? So the umpires are talking if there was anything that would have been impeding the runner. They're calling him safe. Oh, okay, so the call stands. It is 2 outs. Runner on first. Stepping up to bat, Nolan Roberts for the Patriots. With 2 outs, runner on first. Barry checks runner on first. Throw comes in, and that's just a little bit too far outside for ball 1. 1-0 with 2 outs. Top of the second inning. Barry sends it over to first. Sends Williams back to the bag. Barry checks a runner. Sets up. Throw comes in. Swing, and that gets popped up to center field. But getting underneath it and able to reel that one in for out number 3. So that is an inning and a half done, and the Warriors lead 6-0. We'll be back at Sam Crawford Field with more baseball on BSDNLive.com.